Hi, this is Elsa P. back with another video about Neptune. I don't mind telling these Neptune stories. I think they're endlessly fascinating, and I also think that Neptune energy is hard for beginners to grasp, and I'm hoping that by these stories you can see how Neptune in your own chart plays. So I have Neptune on the midheaven, which is public, and I'm mistaken for things that I'm not all the time. It also has to do with authority figures, and I'm in a crisis right now, a crisis of a lifetime. It's requiring me to deal with all these authority figures and government people and in the judicial system, and you name it. I'm just surrounded with authority figures, and they're judging me. So I think I stand up to judgment pretty good. I feel pretty solid. Of course, I'm delusional, you know. I have nothing to say about how you can't control how other people see you. And so this is a story about that, because a while back, about a week ago, I got wind that somebody had told this group of people, like started something, saying that I was a drunk. Okay, so I'm not a drunk. You know, I'm the farthest thing from an alcoholic you can find. Left to my own devices, I have maybe a drink a month. And I vomit if I have more than 2 drinks. I've never been a drinker. It's just never... it's just not something I do. So when I heard this, I laughed, you know, and I said, you know, that's pretty funny. So a couple of weeks went by, and maybe a month since this all started, and I guess it was the last day of the year. I was called because it was still a business day, and I went for this meeting, and I was asked to sign something, and it's official, like an official document, and it says on there, documented, that I'm a drunk. And I said, what? I said, wait a second, you know, I'm not a drunk. And so there's 3 people all shocked. You're not a drunk? You know, they've been operating under the premise that I'm an alcoholic for this last month. So I look around the room and I said, no, I'm not a drunk. You mean that everyone for all this time has been talking to me thinking that I have a drinking problem? So, well, I don't have a drinking problem. And I looked around the room, and I would say 1 person believed me, 1 person did not believe me, and the other person's on the fence. And I said, look, I'm not signing this that says I'm an alcoholic or I'm a drinker. I'm not a drinker. So though they didn't remove the thing from the document, they put a disclaimer in there that I adamantly denied that I was a drunk. But what drunk doesn't deny they're a drunk, right? That's what all alcoholics say. So just think about this. You know, if you think about alcoholism, you know, which is a total Neptune thing, if you think about alcoholism, people have a way that they look at alcoholics. So maybe you've had an alcoholic mother who beat you. You know, then if you think I'm an alcoholic, I walk in the room and you say, there, she's just like my mother, you know? Or say you think that people who can't quit drinking are weak. Then when I walk in the room, she's weak, you know? Or maybe you're an alcoholic yourself and hiding it, and you go, boy, I bet she can't wait to get out of here and get a drink. And none of it's real. I'm not an alcoholic. I have no, you know, and see, the more I say it, because what alcoholic thinks that they're an alcoholic? Oh, I don't have a drinking problem. The more you say that, the more convinced people become that that you do have a drinking problem. So I've been operating all this time under this fog, and I just, you have to give this up like this. You have to say, okay, let's just figure I'm an alcoholic. You know, it doesn't change the facts of what else is going on. But this is the kind of thing you deal with Neptune and on the midheaven. I think it's funny. It's supposed to, if you read, you know, people say, oh, you get this mystical blah, blah, blah. You know, like this is like some kind of kudos to have Neptune on your midheaven. I can't imagine being victimized more than I am in my life because of that placement. So this is Elsa P. at elsaelsa.com. See you next time.